A third land on our planet is desert. These great scars on the face of the other appear lifeless, but are not. In all of them, life seems to carry a precarious hold. Not all deserts are hot. 50-mile hours of winds blowing from Siberia bring some to Gari Desert here in Mongolia. From somewhere higher 50 degrees centigrade, temperatures here in midwinter can drop to minus 40, making this one of the harshest deserts of all. Few animals can survive these extreme changes. Wild Bactrian camels, one of the rarest mammals on the planet, perhaps even the hardiest. The only part is the lack of water. Here in winter, well, there's some of it, it's eventually locked up as ice. Surprisingly, the snow here never melts. It is too cold and will dry for it to do so. The sun's rays turn straight into vapor. It evaporates. With one source of water, so Bactrian camels eat it. As for in the world, if somebody can give us a watering hole and drink at least 200 liters a day. But let's be very careful, as snow in the stomach could be fatal. So always take a precaution. The count cells limit themselves to 10 liters each day. Winter is the time for breeding. These training performance is imagine the cat's only way of attracting a mate. In summer, cats can stray far from the watering hole. With snow mouthfuls lying everywhere, they can free willingly search for a mate. Hopefully, there's a few of us to be attracted to them. The Great Desert is the last strayhold. Only about 950 belly cats left in the wild. The landforms are made in these desert habitats, such as canyons, especially vertical cliffs, like here in the Arabian Desert, one of the largest deserts in the world. They look like tough places, but also for vegetation and green scenery, make life possible. Ibex, which causes cliffs unreached when the fuse sprains. But they're nervous, and with good reason. The Arabian leopard, one of the worst leopards in the world. They treatment their homes on high mountains and wadis. The southern edge of the Arabian Peninsula sustains enough prey to its population of leopards. Arabian leopards are rarely seen. When a human camera showed have been miraculous. This cub is only 1 year old, so trying to learn the conditions of the deserts. We'll find acts like her mom, she can show you on the ways of leopard style in the Arabian. Conflicts with people cause leopards' number to decline, but with human studies, we can trace these remarkable animals. This can be a shame when highs and corners of our environment can make life forever thriving, but not as tougher as the next. The Shin Alpine is above 85 degrees, when the second hottest in the world. The sun's heat of pound evaporated water has had a permanent effect on the bodies that live here. The sun potentially is a killer. but this is because the water holding frog is lived to 5 years without drinking. So a huge effect on its body and habits. So, we went on the daily lives. With food like kangaroos, this sort of situation must be acknowledged. When there's no cause for concern, and concern is lower, but the solution reaches a critical point, you must take action immediately. That's the only area concept where blissful in daytime temperatures every hour reach 5 degrees centigrade. And it's a breaking point. If nothing's being done, the kids will be a sandwich of overheating, including the jellies. Luckily, they have solutions to these problems that will potentially save them. They start hopping about and start panting under 100 breaths per minute. This gives them the best chance of survival. Kangaroos don't have sweat glands, so they give themselves a split bath to cool themselves down. And when doing so, it's like a saliva around its entire body, including the legs. This acts as a cooling agent for them. These can especially handle during the hot days. As saliva dries, it has to be replaced. The earth is getting hot, so you can stay away the top torso to get to the cooler grounds beneath. By staying in the shade, looking at themselves to control the body temperatures, kangaroos have a better chance of surviving in these harsh conditions without heat stroke. But for enjoying desert animals, this may not be enough for survival. It also depends on these animals of food and water, which are essential to their survival. In deserts, water is scarce, very less to go around. Even so, you start to search to find some. Nevada, 10 square miles full of drought and thirst. Such water barely goes around. It's also known as the Great Basin Desert. As a home to America's last descendants of wild horses. More than 100 years ago, American settlers brought horses here to the Great Basin Desert, a branch on wilderness between the Rockies and Sierra Nevada. Now, a band of them must stick together for survival. This group is on the search for water. Life's harder here all alone. This is a Mustang came well on his own group, but not anymore. He's 11, older for a wild horse. If he can't join the band soon, he may not get another chance. The criminal decides who stays in and who's out. The old man's not welcome. The bar tonight is a show of dominance. A hit to the face could be fatal. A broken leg could be a death bone. The all signs not giving up. The criminal decides that he's not worth his time. Instead, the only male will face a powerful member of the herd. A 4-year-old. If he gets this young heavyweight, could end his exile. This time, the old man will not back down. Finally, the young male decides to back down, totally exhausted. The cunning says have no choice but to join his herd. His exile is eliminated. Without the way, they continue to search for water. In a few hours, they'll find which is the promised land. Not only that, but the old male has attracted the male. Although one past one age, he can still sire young. He earns his place back in the band. One Mustangs American icons of the Wild West. Like all desert animals, they find their own ways to survive. Runs home to the Great Basin Desert on hard conditions for wildlife here, but doesn't compare to the most common desert here in North America. In fact, almost every known. The sun never cuts parts of the West United States, in Southern California, and western Mexico, with about 2,600,000 miles. With all the space, life truly thrives here. It's always in a battle for survival, in the harshest conditions in the world. Deserts are unforgiving places, and only things possible are opportunity they can get. A tiger vulture is a desert opportunist. Take whatever the environment gives him. An armadillo carcass. He only satisfies hunger, must play a major role in helping the environment. Let's eat as many carcasses as he can every day. Always the scavengers, cleaning away the carcinated animals, pressing in the bones. The wind around, the piles everywhere, like a storage. Without the efforts of these vultures really helping the environment, and clearly caring. The coyote. He's an adaptable animal that can live in cities, even here on deserts. He knows when the avoid's around, they can lead him to food. He's a scavenger too. If you're adaptable what you eat, then you can survive in different places. The great roadrunner, another species found in deserts, but can only thrive here in the Sonorian. He is built for life on the ground. He run over 30 kilometers in an hour. At that speed, he can clearly chase his targets. His real challenge is picking the right one. Because the prey is one step ahead. Colored lizards, his favorite. totally satisfying. Time to return home for the day. Sometimes animals rely on speed for their survival. This desert tortoise is slow and steady, but he has protection. A hard shell is so protective that no enemy can get through it. So it's his true home. Not even the adaptable wildcat can.